When you've been procrastinating on fixing the rotary, $50 for the parts, and I haven't done it yet, so guess what? I'm blocking and getting arms on so I can go to the wounded crawl this weekend. At least I'm hoping. So almost there. I just got to get the front end slid up. Fun. Big old IRO arms down low. Hey guys, SlongFromGPStream@gmail.com. Hey, today I finished up my long arm install, and I didn't go over it with you guys, but I'm going to go over a little bit as far as what I did now with you guys, so you're kind of, since everybody's been following this build, I want to make sure you guys know what's up. And I'm going to hit the Wounded Crawl this week in Disney, Oklahoma. I'm just going to go ahead and do some trails and different things like that. So I've got my RO arms installed. I do have some issues, not with the arms really, but with other things. Very minor though. They turned out freaking bad to the bone. Stiffeners on, and purposely before I put the skid on from IRO, or the, not skid, but the cross member. You can see the cross member right there and the arms. What happened with this is I did not have my rotary lift, or the one I borrowed, to use for this install, so it was a pain. I did it in my driveway, but hey, that's like most people, they have to do that. So guess what, I did it that way. But yeah, there's the cross member. It's a 3-piece cross member from IRO Off-Road. I welded the sides in, and I ran 2 bolts in. They suggest tapping out for a 3rd bolt, but they don't say to weld, but I welded it. Not real pretty, but it's solid. There is the caster adjuster up there. Adjustment up there. Got it set about right for the axle there. Man, the ride difference is amazing. Like, you don't feel near the vibration. Plus it centers your coils out. I have, for those of you who haven't been watching, I've got the Rubicon Express lift as far as coils and rear leafs at the 3.5 inch, which is basically the 4 inch. I had the short arms on the front, and also when you put the Rubicon lift on, usually the spring's set real high in the back even after it settles for a while, and you have to put spacers up front for your coil. I put a 1 inch spacer up there, the yellow one, and I went ahead and with the arms on there, I tucked my axle back towards the fender more. So it was off. With these long arms, it pushed it back out, you know, a good couple inches. And it actually, if you look, my coil now sits nice. It actually sits a little bit forward of the puck itself, right here. But that's where it ought to sit. It actually sits nice and even and runs in a straight line down to the axle. Now, I didn't get the adjustable arms. It's another $100 if you want the adjustable ones so you can adjust but I wasn't going up real high. So, you know, four inches basically is my lift. Anyhow, I've got those on. I got Black Max shocks. I did put rough country brake lines, stainless steel brake lines in. They're cheap, and we'll see how they hold up. I'm not a rough country fan just because of all the negative out there. Seems like there's a lot of negative. Back in the day, I had a rough country lift, and I never had issues. But that's been, you know, 13 years ago. Show you guys the other arm right there. Brake line. Here's the arm right there. Going all the way up there. Nice and tucked in. I did have to tweak my exhaust a little bit. As you can see, it's sitting real close to the cross member. And I had to tweak it up. And I really need to make a bracket in the back, actually, for it. But I wanted you guys to see it firsthand. Drives great. Got to watch to make sure I don't get any kinks in my brake lines and everything. Can stretch out. Everything looks pretty decent. Pretty decent. I could take some zips right there, but I think it's alright. So keep tuned. I'm gonna make a video. I've got about there's four of us going to this next crawl, and my first crawl with this Jeep. Now, I don't have my 456s in. I don't have my locker in the front yet. So this is a work in progress, and it's taken some time. And if you've been watching my videos, I've literally taken this Jeep in about, 8 months and made it somewhat of a rig. I've swapped the rear axle to 8.25, had this stupid Dana 30 in it, the Dana 35 in it, and you know, I've skinned the front fenders, I've replaced the driver's floorboard, I got to do the passengers, I got to line it, list goes on, bumpers, everything. But at least I get to take it out and have some fun with it and hit some trails. So stay tuned. Next video will be Disney, Oklahoma, and don't sell your Jeep, guys. As far as the complications I have, this is one of them. I am hugging this right here, and it's because I'm up. This needs to come up even further. So I'm gonna have to either make something or scoot something or whatever. This is way too close to my coil. It's actually sitting on it practically. Not quite, but just literally. Of course, when I go off-road, I'll be disconnecting this junk anyway. And I need to get some pins for it. That is probably my main issue right now, is that. Another thing is I need to tidy up the axle as far as where I cut the other mount off down there on the top. It needs to be trimmed up, ground off, but I'm gonna wait till I get my lift to fix that. And as far as these, I cut these off, the old mounts for the arms, for the short arms. I need to tidy those up a little better. Those were a pain to cut out with the zip disc. You need to, and of course you got your fuel line right on the other side, the driver's side here. You need to do that before you put your arms on. It'd be a lot easier to do. So make sure you do that. Other than that, you know, I have a lot of mods left to do, but she's come together pretty well. And we'll see how she flexes out and does on some moderate trails. Nothing crazy, but I don't even have a stinking I don't have a trailer or nothing, no rig. My floorboard sure is solid over there now. I need to get these doors where I can remove them, so when I go trailing I can see better what I'm doing. And of course I've got this floorboard to change out and fix it too, which is gonna take a while. Before I do any lining, I want to do all the metal work as far as the body and everything, because I'm going to spray all this inside here and all outside. So stay tuned, and don't sell your Jeep.